Welcome to Vegas Lawyer with Robert Cottle, making you the smartest person in the room.
Lockdowns and masks, are they constitutional? Vegas Lawyer here. Thank you for watching our video. This channel is dedicated to making you the smartest person in the room. If you learned anything from this video, then please like it and help spread the word. Also, subscribe to the channel to join the firm and see all the upcoming videos and free legal information. We may have ads from time to time, but all the revenue will go towards verified charities like paying for service dogs, Diabetes Foundation, and women's shelters. Lockdowns and masks. Everybody wonders, are the orders for lockdowns and masks legal? The First Amendment to the Constitution provides for freedom of speech, religion, and expression. So government cannot limit your speech unless it incites violence or dictate your religion, so long as not hurting another, nor limit your ability to express yourself in the same constraints. Some say that lockdowns and masks violate First Amendment because it limits your ability to express yourself. The protests and riots in June relied upon the First Amendment to avoid police action to shut them down. Somewhat hypocritical, but necessary nonetheless. The Fifth Amendment provides for freedom of liberty, also prohibits self-incrimination. Some argue that lockdowns and masks violate the right for freedom of liberty, meaning the government cannot order you what to do and how to do it. Frankly, never has there been such government orders over businesses and citizens in modern times. Everybody wants their freedom and is entitled to their freedom so long as it doesn't potentially hurt anyone else. For example, smoking used to be allowed everywhere. Then we learned about secondhand smoke and governments started prohibiting smoking in public places. Now almost everywhere has some limit on smoking. So the virus started, and the first month everyone would agree that it was unknown and extreme precautions were probably necessary. As more data became available and statistics were developed, then issues arose about lockdowns and masks. The government can infringe on citizens' rights if the infringement is designed to protect other people, smoking in public. And the government can impose restrictions on citizens where the limitations are not arbitrary and capricious and they use the least restriction possible. Not prohibit smoking, just limit where people can smoke so other citizens are not affected. Lockdowns would be an infringement of freedoms, but they would be legal so long as they are tied to a legitimate interest to protect the public until data or information becomes available that showed the lockdowns were too restrictive, i.e. social distancing and/or masks would be sufficient. Masks in public places would be an infringement on the freedom of citizens, but would be legal if there is medical data to show that masks are effective at limiting transmission of COVID. And there are not less restrictive alternatives. Now, COVID has become less lethal percentage-wise as more tests are given and a larger population is known to be infected and not hospitalized. The new data makes it harder to support a restriction on movement, to require mask coverings, and limit or close business operations. So whether a government's use of lockdowns, masks in public places, and other restrictions is legal depends entirely upon the medical data to protect all citizens from potentially harmful infection. Keep in mind that COVID is a random and unpredictable and in who and how it will affect people. It has affected some otherwise healthy people in a very awful and disastrous way without explanation. Isolated and infrequent as they are, they still exist, even causing some deaths. These random and unexplained deaths support the ability of the government to have more restrictions. There you have it. When people complain about lockdowns and masks, talk to them about the First and Fifth Amendment, freedom of expression and freedom of liberty. Again, if you like what you hear, please hit the like button so we can get the word out to as many people as possible. And hit the subscribe button. It's free to join the firm. Leave me a comment below if you have a subject or issue you want me to cover. Again, we want to make you the smartest person in the room.